Hi, I'm Trey, and this is my channel, Trey's Myths and Tunes on YouTube and Odyssey. And today, my talk is called Why Most Heroes and Rescuers Are Self-Possessed Psychopaths. Well, yeah. I don't care what they may say. I don't care what they may do. I don't care what they may say. I don't care what Saturn inversions try to put me through. 'Cause Jesus, Yeshua Christ, is my friend. I take him by the hand. Mary, Sophia Magdalena, take her by the hand. Christ is the only king. To me, can't you overstand? Well, yeah. So, yeah, this person is so good natured, and it's really sad. I have to let them go. I'm trying to go through the emotional process. They wanted to be my surrogate mom or my best friend, and no, it was kind of a non-sexual love bite, as I say, because there seemed to be no place I fit in because they can't even stand cannabis or long hairs. It's really gnarly. They act like really nice and kind to me and everyone around. Um, but this 2 weeks with no email, it's like the handouts. Okay, so the fake hero or the dogmatic hero or the government hero. It's tricksters and trauma bonding, as Ireland Clark was saying today. You have the dark. I am the trickster of the Christos, or the divine coyotes. So they really don't want to tangle with me because I always say prayers of oneness while I'm making jokes about how pathetic the devil is, and that's why I have such a small audience too. But Satan uses churchians to derail real heroes. If they're if someone like me that was being financially weak, for example. Um, so you have to notice the rescuers have. There's always a power differential. The born again Christian reaching down. The dogmatic Hare Krishna reaching down until you've accepted their dogma hierarchy, and how the hidden hand of the narcissistic parasitic predator entities in their ego or their personality. The hierarchy is always of the reptilian. It's always in there, trying to derail you and make you either a slave or subordinate or so forth. This person had me convinced they were my best friend or most valuable player and my team player, and supporting me, so that I could not just so I could survive, but also to, we'd pray for a while. We'd pray after every time I'd help them load the truck, and when we stopped doing that, it kind of that was where I started to feel like it was going off balance. So. But they believe in the patriarchal old man God, and that perversion, inversion by the reptilians, that God is this old man that's got a wrath and got to whip your ass, and then so the hero complex. They have the Virgo, and my other friend has the Virgo and the Gemini, so the complete Mercury, like the Mercury often being the sun, that's the oldest sign. It travels around the planet the fastest. They're hero or they're human archetypes, and so they feel really humanitarian, really beautiful, mutable sign. Like, Bob Dylan is probably the greatest poet in rock and roll, and just that archetype of the poet, the humanitarian that wants to help everyone through the service of their art. And but this person with the hero complex will have the hidden hand of the narcissistic parasite. So when I got 2 weeks with no email warning me they weren't going to be there, it exemplifies this the this fake Christian lawyer exemplifies the fake hero because he expresses apathy towards my Christ consciousness. If he felt that I was being a financial parasite and he was honest, he would, and he thought of me with equanimity, which again, I think a real born again Christian, not a born again Christian, but someone born again in the Gnostic Christ consciousness, will have that sense of equanimity, the true Christ spirit. It doesn't judge you or judge you as less than some sick dogma. So, but when you feel that, that's the churchian is the inverted, okay? And there again, that often brings with it, in this case, most probably, solipsism, bigotry, classism, racism. She actually told me that white people were better because they're more privileged to being they're better off because they're privileged, and that it's her dad told her that it's better to have money than not have money, and she agreed. And if you're from India, it's like it wouldn't be believed. They'd laugh at her over there because they have the opposite dogma. So she stayed at the Trump Tower when she went to a Trump rally. It was about a month before the crazy one on January 6th, and she marched on the street, and she said she felt like she was a big part of a big movement. And I just bring this as an example of that person's belief in the patriarchal old man God, because Trump really exemplifies that. And the financial slavery of the insane property tax, the acceptance, the acceptance of the full truth. The full truth is unacceptable. In other words, they're okay with paying $7,000 a month, but accepting the things I talk about is totally uncool. Like watching my channel, even so. Um, how about this? The high property tax is wage slavery for the financially responsible in California. This is why I don't have any friends around here, even in the truther movement. I mean, one of the heavyweights who's done the most to tell people the truth is a landlord, and they certainly don't want to hear that. So, but him and his girlfriend are both Leos, and she was trying to heal from narcissistic personality disorder, so she might have watched it because I was telling her I made videos about that. So, always notice when there's that power differential, man, because that's when you notice the dark side has moved into their subconscious. Um, so when this person forgot I existed for 2 weeks, it's just really suspicious that's the deal. I mean, the hierarchy of her marriage with her husband, the Aries rising, it's just extreme in this example. So I just thought it would make a good, and I want them to heal, and I want myself to never be susceptible to another person rescuing me again. The only example, like I could say, unless they have actual fully operational, um, fully equanimity. However, let me give you another example. I say if you believe in the good side, you believe in yourself, you can hitchhike and be safe. Hold your faith. However, don't expect that person to save your life. I've actually rented and lived with people. This man that I met hitchhiking from Bonnie Doon, and 3 months into it, his son, 1 in the morning, was screaming he was going to kill me because he was high on meth. So I thought my Mercury and Capricorn worked out well in this case because I didn't agree to any long-term deal. And I was about to grow weed with him, so I moved out. But so I don't know. They can easily have shadow entities too. But they will save your life in that afternoon when you need that ride. So the sovereignty is going to be missing in the fake hero. When we can when we can reclaim transparency, then we can be the real hero for ourselves, save ourselves. I'm here to help you remember the real hero is in your heart here. Okay? Even when the airplane or the helicopter's coming to surveil me and make note of it and get ready to kick me out, it's irrelevant because I'm creating a path out. We stand together for our freedoms, sternly deciding not to worry because we're brave and free. We're created in the image of the Most High, not in this image of the demiurge slave. And so I have a prayer for those fallen into the hell pit of dogma and the ego parasite control of the inverted Christ. I am sorry. I pity you because of your strong, willful ignorance. There is no respectful old man God. There is no real patriarchy. All outside authority is an unfunny joke. I truly pray, visualize, you'll remember me the moment you finally recall my teaching to put down the yoke to the demiurge. Remember the financial slavery and classism is directly connected to your ego and astral parasites. And respect my Ophiuchus teaching, regaining their spiritual sovereignty and equanimity in friendships. Or they will never consider me a friend again. You reject and forget me because I adamantly teach what you need the most. Pure creativity, true Gnostic Christ awareness. Okay, rent is basically reptilian based. Okay, so they coerce you, intimidate you into putting all that, in this case, thousands of dollars of hard earned money every month into that box. Rented property tax is simply a clever inversion of the original divine humans turned against itself. Okay, so we were originally service to others oriented. Okay, so by making you pay in this county, for example, all of this money you earn for 7 days a week if you're not specialized or wealthy for the box, it's easy for you to become self-possessed or get astral parasites because your whole energy, you're serving others for yourself, for the box, for your wife and kids, so they don't get in trouble and so they have shelter and food. So it's an inversion. So when you're working your job, enjoy that if you can. I mean, when you think about me being in a tent is not as sick as you think about it in other ways. So I am hidden in plain sight. So if you have a hero person in your life, you energetically inherit the person's anxiety, their negative issues, their problems, their fears, their worthlessness. I mean, I almost didn't make this video because I was so sad. I thought I've got to take a break. This person actually doesn't give a shit after rescuing me, financially from death 15 times. I mean, they fed me food when I was in the hospital, about to die of constipation after 5 days of Rockefeller choosing my diet. When you're high on cannabis, you get the memory of freedom, right? But that in itself can be a heroic. The cannabis can be a hero you become addicted to exoterically. You need me to remember you're free. So even that, and this other man, my dear follower's case, it became the beer, so it can become anything outside of yourself. We must learn to recognize certain types of thoughts of limitation is from the imposter, and it's usually these thoughts of needing something outside of yourself. So something that's not as harmful like cannabis, cold brew. I mean, you can learn to, or cold brew can be a physical addiction, so I don't know, but you can learn to balance it. Creating systematic patterns that are not traps. is one of the next phase of healing we're going to go through here. So you got to be your own hero.